Hello everyone. Today we're going to learn about the image tag in HTML. If you find this useful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and let's go. There is almost no website in the world without images. That's why learning how to use them is super important. The image tag, it's actually very simple to use. The only thing that confuses people sometimes is path, meaning where the image is located and how the browser can get it. So let's see that together. The easiest way is to put your image in the same folder as your HTML file. Because, as we said, the whole thing is about the path. Now, let's go and write some image tag. When I press enter, it's give us two attributes. The src attribute, it's the source of the image. What is mean the path or the URL. And the alt attribute, it's the alternative text. We can say it's the description of the image. So, why do we need the alt attribute? See, sometimes the image doesn't load. Maybe the internet is slow, or maybe the user's browser is too old. And in this case, the text in the alt attribute will show instead. So, for example, in the src attribute, we will write the name of the image, and in the alt attribute, let's write something like logo. And as you can see, the image show up in the browser. Now, what if the image is inside the folder and not next to the HTML file? In this way, it's also easy. We just go before the image name and write the folder name, then a backslash. And be careful, if we update the path or type it wrong, the image won't show anymore. Instead, we'll see the text we wrote in the alt attribute. So, for example, if we create another folder inside the image folder and move the image into it, we will see that the image doesn't exist anymore. Instead, we see the description that we wrote in the alt attribute. How to fix that? Just by adding the folder name plus a backslash like we did in the last example. So here's another case. What if the image is on your desktop or any other place? To make the image show up in the browser, all you need is to copy the full path and paste it into the src attribute. But that's a bad practice. The best way is always to keep your image or your image folder next to your HTML file. Now, what if the image is from the internet? That's even easier. Just copy the image link and paste it into the src attribute. For example, if I search HTML, pick, for example, this image, do a right click, copy image address, then paste it into my code. As you can see, the image shows perfectly. We also have the title attribute. The title attribute, it's a global attribute, which means we can use it with any HTML element. And when you hover over the element with your mouse, a small tooltip will appear. So if I write title, this is an image, then refresh the page. When I hover over the image, I will see that text. And finally, we have also the attributes wide, height, and border. We won't really use them in real projects because, well, we can control all that using CSS. But just as a preview and to give you an idea about it, let's write wide 200 pixel. As you can see, the width of the image changed. Let's add height 500 pixel. also the height change, and let's use also the border. Let's give it 10 pixel. And as you can see, it adds a border around the image. So that was all for today. We learned how to use the image tag, the difference between the src attribute and the alt attribute, how to work with path, title attribute, and the overview for the wide, the height, and the border attributes. In future video, we will see more advanced stuff. So don't forget to subscribe, leave a nice comment, and see you in the next one.